Hello knitters, this is Jessica the Lefty Knitter with KnitChats. I'm here to show you how to Kitchener left-handed today. What I want you to notice, I have two swatches here. It doesn't matter if you're in the round or in the flat, the mechanics are still the same. I'm going to Kitchener two swatches together with my finishing needle and contrasting yarn. For the purposes of this tutorial and the fact that I'm using contrasting yarn, I'm going to slip this through as if it's my working yarn. Your tail is going to be on your back needle because that will be where we have just finished working, and then we will work back through with our tail yarn through here. When you're grafting with Kitchener stitch, you have stockinette stitch on the outside, on the front, and at the front of you, on the inside of the work, you have reverse stockinette. This is important to remember because when you process your stitches, each stitch is run through twice with the yarn. The first time on the front, you'll go purl, and the second time on the front, you'll go through knitwise. The way I remember you can take it off is because when you do knitwise, you're making stockinette and you can take it off. When you go through purlwise is when you can take it off the back, because it's all purl bumps. Okay. So I'm going to put my waste yarn in as if it's my working yarn. I honestly probably have an excess right now, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and set it up. We have a couple of setup stitches that we need to do. We need to purl into the front. So you go into the first loop on the front needle purlwise. Then you enter the back needle, the first stitch on the back needle, knitwise. And you leave both of these on. We're securing them, we're anchoring them down. For the first stitch on the front needle, we enter knitwise, and we go ahead and we take it off. Then we enter the front purlwise to secure the next stitch. And we leave it on the needle because we've gone through purlwise. On the back needle then, we enter purlwise. And remember, we can take it off now because the fabric facing me is all purl bumps. And then we enter the next stitch, its neighbor, knitwise, and leave it on. On the front, we do knitwise, and we take it off. The neighbor we secure purlwise and leave it on. Make sure you don't allow any of your working yarn, any of this waste yarn, it'll be your working yarn, to go over the needles, because then it'll completely mess up your Kitchener. On the back needle, purlwise, purl off, knitwise, in the neighbor stitch, on. In the front, knit off, purl on. Purl off, knit on. In the front, knit off, purl on. in the back, purl off, knit on, in the front, knit, oops, excuse me, knit off, purl on, in the back, purl off, knit on, in the front, knit off, purl on, in the back, purl off, knit on. And sometimes your yarn really wants to go over the needle and you just have to correct it. Knit off, purl on in the front, purl off, knit on in the back. And look at that beautiful fabric we're making. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you. If it is, or if you have any further questions, please let me down below or contact me at knitchats.com for further help. Thank you so much for your time. Happy knitting!